and welcome to the 6th annual Rissho Speech Contest, Rissho Voices. We are happy and we are honored that you are here with us today. I will be the MC and I will briefly go over today's schedule. First, the director of the Center for International Exchange, Giancarla Unser-Schultz, will give an opening address. This will be followed by a message from Zai-Tzu Wang, the vice president in charge of the Center for International Exchange. The contest will begin after the opening ceremonies. After all 9 speeches are completed, the judges will take a break, tally their scores, and come back here for the awards ceremony. Finally, Center Director Unser-Schultz will make some closing comments. Everything should finish around 4 p.m., so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
One moment, please. Thank you, Mr. Rose. Okay, let me just open my notes if I might. So it is with great pleasure that I welcome everyone here today to the 6th annual Rissho Voices speech contest. This is actually my first time having the privilege of overseeing our speech contest, as I became the director for the Center of International Exchange this past April. As you may know already, this speech contest was proposed by our previous director, Professor Gary Dendo, who is here with us today. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, his term of office came to an end this last March, which is why I'm here instead. So I have always been really very impressed by how much effort our students and our staff have put into the speech contest and how amazing it has been for everything to come together like this. And I hope that I'm able to contribute even just a little bit to its continuing success. Of course, a speech contest would be nowhere without participants, and I would like to offer my thanks first and foremost to our student speakers today. Giving a speech in one's first language is always a great challenge. So, as I'm sure you now are experiencing, to do it in a second language is an entirely different level. But putting yourself out in this way, you will have done something in English that even some native speakers never do in their whole lifetime. You actually already have one up on me. You may not believe me, but believe it or not, I have actually never given a 6-minute persuasive speech in English. So you're doing something I've never done. Congratulations, it's amazing. I'm sure some of you are nervous, and that's completely normal and natural. Just remember, take a deep breath, relax, and you should have fun. This is for you, so you should enjoy yourselves. So thank you very much for coming. I would now like to introduce the final round judges for today's event. First, we have Mr. Matthew Dean Ombi. Thank you very much. So with a background in engineering, Mr. Ombi began his career first at NASA, and in the over 20 years that he has been living in Japan, Mr. Ombi has worked in a variety of international companies. And today, he is an English language consultant and intercultural communication advisor. Thank you very much. So next, I would like to introduce Dr. Shigeru Kobayashi, please. Dr. Kobayashi holds a PhD in engineering, and today he works in international marketing and product development at a manufacturer. In addition to being a 2-time winner of Toastmasters All Japan Speech Contest, Dr. Kobayashi also has extensive experience as an instructor for speech and presentation courses. Thank you very much. Our next judge is Ms. Masachiko Nakagome, please. Ms. Nakagome spent her childhood in North America, and after graduating university, she began working in Japanese mass media, having been involved since then in television production, translation, and journalism. Today, she also teaches university courses on journalism and literacy, and has vast experience in public speaking, such as at TEDx Sophia University. Thank you very much. Okay. Next, we have Ms. Yuka Matsuzawa. Ms. Matsuzawa works as a translator and has extensive experience in English editing and support. She has been long involved in Toastmasters International and was a finalist in the Toastmasters International Humorous Speech event. She has also acted as a judge in many other speech contests, including at the national level. Thank you very much. Okay. Finally, we also have a special judge with us today, Reverend Keiji Oshima. Reverend Oshima is the International Section Manager of the head office of Nichiren. Today, he will be presenting a special award to one of our students, the Inochi no Gasho Award. Thank you very much. I would also like to express our gratitude to the preliminary round judges, former Temple University Director of Continuing Education and Public Speaking Instructor, Ms. Eugenia Madrano, journalist and University English Instructor, Shingo Ito, and Yokohama City University Professor, Mr. Hiraki Ohashi. It is truly an honor to have such esteemed judges. Thank you all very much. So over these past few weeks, our students have worked extensively and extremely hard to polish their speeches. Today, they will be presenting us with a wide variety of ideas to help make our campus and society more inclusive and comfortable for everyone. Please give them your undivided attention. I'm sure that we have much to learn from their voices. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next, Zai-Tsu Wang, the Vice President in charge of the Center for International Exchange, will give us an opening message.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Wang, W-A-N-G. I was born in Shanghai. So as you know, my English level is so high. I beg you, please let me speak in Nihongo, Japanese. ランゲージの勉強ですけれども、私の個人談にもなるかと思いますが、簡単ではないですね。で、大きく分けると4つの側面ありまして、listening, speaking, writing, and reading。その4つの中に一番難しいのが listening and speaking。したがって、人間としてはですね、大体1歳のところから勉強し始めて、まずリスニングと、だんだんね、スピーキングになります。で、それでですね、ランゲージの勉強は難しいですけれども、でもですね、楽しさもあるかと思います。で、だんだんですね、言葉、ランゲージですね、勉強していて、うまくなってからですね、なんていうんですかね、その幸せの感じがね、ますます増える。つまり知らないところに行って知らない人と両方通じるようなランゲージを使って話しますと、その楽しさは普通ではないです。例えば私がですね、1988年に日本にやってきました。それまでは中国の上海で、大学まで、イングリッシュ勉強していました。ですから成田空港に初めて、来た時にはですね、日本語としてはですね、2つしかできない。こんにちは、さようなら。それだとつまらないですね。こんにちは、握手してからもうすぐさようならっていうのはね。すでに30数年間ですね、日本語まだですね、うまくないですけれども、普通にですね、日本で人々と交流することができて、非常に楽しくて、非常に幸せだと感じています。しかもですね、ジョークを言いながらですね、相手とお話しするのは、これ以上の、楽しさがないだろうと思います。で、だんだんですね、うまくなりますと、で、やっぱりパフォーマンスしたくなりますよね。話したくなります。 で、それでですね、今日は立正大学が皆様にこのいいパフォーマンスするチャンスを提供します。楽しんでください。Show your best. I hope, no, I believe you can do your best. You, all of you can do. I believe it. 加油 It's Chinese. It's Chinese. 頑張ってください。Good luck. Thank you.
Presenter is Masato Takahashi from the Faculty of Data Science.
Building bridges with small steps. Imagine stepping on campus in another country for the very first time. That was me last year, visiting a university in China as part of a student delegation from Japan. I still remember that moment. My hands were shaking and the buttons were fluttering my stomach as I walked into the first classroom. But when I saw the warm smiles of Chinese students waiting for us, my anxiety began to melt away. They showed us around their campus, told us about their daily lives, and proudly shared their traditions. I was surprised at how similar we were. We all worried about exams, talked about dreams, and laughed over silly jokes. They asked endless questions about Japan, and I also found myself asking them questions. It wasn't one side teaching the other. It was curiosity flowing both ways. Surrounded by laughter and growing desire to understand each other, I was inspired to share Japan's culture in a special way. So, several students, including myself, volunteered to perform calligraphy. When people think of calligraphy, they imagine someone quietly writing a text. But calligraphy performance breaks that image. It's a live art form where we write large characters on a huge sheet of paper in front of our audience. On the day of the event, about 600 people came to watch. As the performance began, everything felt silent. The sound of the brush grading across the paper, the scent of the ink, and the rhythm of a movement filled the air. In that moment, the quest of art, calligraphy became a dynamic expression of motion and emotion. We weren't just writing letters. We were sharing energy, passion, and culture. When we finished, the audience stood up in applause. The president of the host university came forward and praised our work. Later, calligraphy was displayed on campus. I was deeply moved. It wasn't just about art. It wasn't about a connection between people from different backgrounds, made possible through collaboration. That day, studying before 600 people, I felt something beyond excitement. A sense of unity that was words alone could never create. It made me realize how powerful working together can be in connecting people. Even if our language isn't perfect, our hands can still speak. Through what I loved, calligraphy, I had become, in a small way, a bridge between cultures. After returning to Japan, I kept thinking, how can I create the same sense of connection here to Rissho University? What if we had more small chances to connect? Our culture day, on language cafe, on lunchtime talks, could join. These don't have to be big events. A simple conversation, a shared hobby, a moment of curiosity can be the first step toward understanding. When we take the small step towards someone different from ourselves, we start to build a bridge, not only between cultures, but between hearts, just like I did in China. For me, it was calligraphy. For you, it might be music, sports, or cooking. Each of us has something unique to share, and that's where real diversity begins. It's not just about how different we are, but how we connect through those differences. A diverse university isn't just a place where people from many backgrounds gather. It's a place where people choose to reach out, to listen, and to grow together. You might think, easier said than done. Yes, turning ideas into reality is never easy. But if we don't try, nothing will change. So why not start with one simple moment and see how far it can take us? Thank you for listening.
Our second presenter is Yoshinori Kunito from the Faculty of Data Science.
The choice is ours. You have two choices: studying at university full of energy, or one where silence fills the halls. Which one would you choose? For me, the answer is clear. I would choose a library in Nyajic University, a place where ideas are alive and students are ready to take on challenges. In such an environment, every day offers a new chance to grow. But the real question is, who makes it happen? Think about who constitutes a university. Professors? Yes. Administrative staff? Yes. However, the biggest portion of a university population is us, the students. What we do shapes our university. I say this because I once believed someone else would make things better for me. I entered this university as a challenge student, a student expected to take on new experiences. I joined study programs in Canada and Cambodia, and I saw I was challenging myself in many ways. But looking back, I realized those experiences were prepared by someone else. I was simply participating in what others had arranged for me. And even though I was given such valuable opportunities. Sometimes I skip them. Tell myself I was too tired or it was too trouble. I always thought that if I didn't cause any trouble, then everything was fine. But one day, I learned how doing nothing can hurt others. It didn't happen overseas or in a classroom. It happened in my own home. Last year, my mother became sick and had to stay in bed. Suddenly, our house stopped moving. Meals, laundry, cleaning, everything she usually did simply stopped. At first, I didn't act. I waited for someone, my father, my brother, to notice and do something. And I think they were waiting too. The house grew messy. The air felt heavy. No one complained, but everyone looked tired. And then I realized something important. Just like in university, the biggest portion of a home is the people who live in it. I wasn't a guest in my own house. I was a part of it. Yet, I wasn't contributing anything. When everyone waits, nothing changes. When everyone is silent, life stops. It reminded me of myself at university, waiting for teachers, staff, or someone else to make the environment better. So, that evening, I stood up and said, I'll cook. It was just pasta, overcooked and too salty. My father laughed, my brother complained. But tonight, the house came back to life. We talked, we smiled, and the light felt a little brighter. The next day, I cooked again, not because I was good at it, but because I finally understood the difference between existing or taking responsibility. The moment changed the way at the university too. When I look around now, I sometimes see my old self in other students. Some attend class only to have their attendance checked and then leave as soon as it's over. No curiosity, no spark, just another box checked. Can that really be called university life? We didn't come here just sit in classroom. We came here to what inspired us, to think freely, to expand our mind, to make mistakes, and still move forward. Skipping class means skipping a chance to discover who we are. A truly vibrant university isn't built by buildings or professors alone. It's built by students who care, students who act. When even one person takes responsibility, that energy spreads, slowly at first, but surely. One question becomes a discussion becomes a community, and a quiet university becomes a living one. So, don't wait for change. Let be the change, because one person's courage can inspire 100 others, and that's how our silent university becomes a truly living one. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Our third presenter is Mahiro Furukawa from the Faculty of Letters.
city. Japan has become one of the popular travel destinations in the world. Every year, people from around the world visit Japan for its traditional and pop culture, delicious food, and hospitality. At the same time, many foreigners reside in Japan for employment, study, or work training. Today, I'd like to talk about improving the experiences of visitors and the lives of foreign residents in my hometown, Omaezaki City, located in southern Shizuoka Prefecture. It faces the Pacific Ocean and is surrounded by abundant nature. Visitors can enjoy marine leisure and eat fresh seafood. It has much to offer, but the experience of visiting Omaezaki City can be enhanced in many ways. First, multilingual support is very limited. There are few English signs or tourist maps, and it is difficult to get information in language other than Japanese. When I worked part-time at the local market, I often saw tourists who struggled because no one could give them directions in English. I realized how much easier it would be if the city can provide clear tourist information using brochures in multiple languages. Another challenge is transportation. Omaezaki doesn't have a Shinkansen or train station, and bus services are infrequent. Travelers often have to transfer several times to reach the city, wasting precious time and lugging around heavy luggage. I think operating direct express buses from nearby cities such as Shizuoka, Kakegawa, or Hamamatsu would make travel much smoother, less expensive, and reduce travelers' anxiety. In addition, the city should organize sightseeing tours that can accommodate both Japanese and foreign visitors. For example, day trips that include local seafood restaurants, beaches, and cultural experiences like tea tasting on Shizuoka farms would make to attract more tourists. Local stores could also offer discount or shopping vouchers to participants. Measures like these would not only make the tourism more enjoyable, but also revitalize the local economy. Next, I would like to focus on the lives of foreign residents who live in Omaezaki. I often see them going to work by bicycle or working as clerks in convenience stores or supermarkets. They have become an important part of our community. However, I feel the quality of life of them can be greatly improved. One issue is work spot. Some foreign workers do not fully understand the Japanese labor laws, which may to unfair situations. The city should provide consultation services where they can ask questions about contract, working hours, and life in language they can understand. Education also needs to be addressed. Children of foreign families have sometimes difficulties in Japanese schools because of the language gap. I propose setting up a volunteer program to help them study and adapt to school. This would also encourage friendships between Japanese students and foreign students. In addition, Japanese children should undergo diversity education from a young age. Medical care is also a major concern. Visiting the hospital can be stressful for people who don't speak Japanese. Providing translation support and multilingual guidance would also help foreign people feel secure when receiving medical treatment. Finally, I believe building connections between Japanese citizens and foreign residents is the key to coexistence. For example, my grandmother teaches traditional Japanese culture such as kimono or origami to foreign residents. In turn, they share their own cuisines and lifestyles. These cultural exchanges create understandings and that goes beyond language differences, and foreign residents feel included and respected. In conclusion, Omaizaki City has a great potential to become a more welcoming and comfortable place for both visitors and residents. Improving transportation, multilingual support, and cashier system will enhance tourism. For residents, it is important to strengthen work, education, and medical support. If citizens, businesses, schools, and the municipal government work together for the collective solutions, Omaizaki, my hometown, can become a model city for tourism, diversity, and inclusion. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Our fourth presenter is Akane Tanabe from the Faculty of Letters.
Creating a fair and inclusive university for all. As the world rapidly changes, the role of university must change as well. Rissho University was established on the principles of truth, justice, and peace. These are wonderful principles, but I think there is a need for university to focus on practical issues that affect our education and university experience. So today, I will examine how we can make a university a better place for everyone from perspective of equality and inclusiveness. University students come from a wide range of socio-economic circumstances which create inequalities. Therefore, the ability to pay the tuition is an important issue. University education costs between 2.5 million and 4 million yen. I have a friend who had to give up on going to university because her family couldn't afford the tuition. It saddens me when I hear stories like this. But many families struggle with paying the tuition. For example, my mother struggles to pay the tuition for both my sister and me. While dealing with high cost of living, to reduce this burden, university should provide stronger financial support by increasing on-campus part-time jobs. Although our university already offers for part-time jobs for various university events and library staff, these opportunities should be expanded to include more students. One idea I would like to propose here is to create a student-run cafeteria. Under adult supervision, students earn money and get valuable experience, planning menus, events, and projects. Providing affordable, balanced meals can also help students who are struggling financially. This will help equalize conditions for students so that they can focus more on studying. Students who work in a student-run cafeteria also learn business and hospitality skills. I work part-time at a cafe. At first, I had various difficulties, but as I gained experience, I learned the importance of good communication, teamwork, and how to work efficiently by staying calm and focused. I also acquired basic manners such as proper conduct and speech. Therefore, I propose that academic credit be offered for participation in students-run cafeteria students learn cafeteria initiative because it provides practical knowledge and experience that cannot be gained through classroom interaction. Offering credit will also encourage participation, provide opportunity to engage with university operations, and enhance the university's appeal. In addition, a cafeteria should be more than a place to just eat. It should be a place to socialize, exchange information, and relax between classes. However, there are many times when I can't find a seat in the cafeteria. Walking into such a crowded space is stressful. Simple steps such as increasing cafeteria seats can make a university a more comfortable place. Improving the atmosphere of a university cafeteria is more important than you may think. According to the WHO, the non-academic aspects of school life, such as lunch, off time, and extracurricular activities, significantly contribute to students' mental well-being. Chatting and forming relationships while enjoying lunch will also give students a sense of positive attachment to our university. Finally, inclusivity is an important issue that needs to be addressed at the university. I believe it is necessary to include courses on gender, multicultural understanding, and coexistence and cultural barriers as required subjects. This will not only make a university a place of acceptance and understanding, but will also have positive effects on society as a whole. Writer and activist Helen Henderson perfectly sums up the importance of inclusivity in this quote. Inclusion works to the advantage of everyone. In conclusion, tracking issues such as tuition, on-campus jobs, university atmosphere, and diversity education will help a university become an institution where every student has an equal chance to grow. It will give deeper meaning to the principle of truth, justice, and peace that this university was founded on. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Our fifth presenter is Haruto Nishiyama from the Faculty of Business Administration.
From Sydney to our campus, learning from each other. When I studied Sydney when I was in high school, I learned the importance of acting independently and respecting others' interaction with people of different language and cultures. I hope many students can have similar experiences because it can help foster cultural diversity on campus. Recognizing and accepting diverse culture is essential. Therefore, I will suggest how we could start developing this diversity on campus. It may be seen that could be connected to Japan. It may be seen that is something that could be connected to Japan's Mottainai or its West culture. From this experience, I learned we can build relationships based on mutual trust by having respect for each language and their culture and communicating without fear of misunderstanding. Wouldn't it be great if you could have this kind of experience right here on campus in Japan? I think we can do this by holding exchange event with international students. Through this event, we can enhance cultural diversity by sharing our culture and experiencing multiple language. Why don't we make sweet and traditional dishes from each other country together? Learning about different cultures to collaborate work is fun. At the same time, we can learn a lot. In addition, I would like to propose an event where you can experience Japan's popular anime and manga culture. Rissho University has a club called Manga Study Group. Students from the Manga Study Group can teach participants how to draw anime characters and display their favorite anime goods and figures. Cosplay events are extremely popular on the world, so this can also be incorporated into a university event. In addition, special areas can be set up to enjoy anime, such as partial screening of anime and their films. They can be used to create opportunity to interact with local students. They can be used to create opportunity learning Japanese language and culture. Anime songs known as anison can also be introduced sung together. The event can be promoted using traditional methods such as flyer and poster, as well as advertising on the university official website. We can also utilize the campus Wi-Fi logo screen and various social media platforms. The event I have described an interactive and hands-on experience. The event I have described an interactive hands-on experience and hands-on experience. The event I have described an interactive hands-on experience. It might be a good idea to hold the event in April or October, the beginning of each semester in Japan. Just thinking about the project is exciting, isn't it? The ability to understand and accept diverse culture will be a strength that we help you share in the future. So we should be proactive. Don't be afraid to step out in the world and explore possibilities. One step forward can become the turning point that changes our life and even the future of our society. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Our sixth presenter is Yuka Umezawa from the Faculty of Letters.
Seeking diversity on our campus. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm sure you've heard of the Japan First movement. It has been receiving a lot of attention recently. It is trying to prioritize Japanese citizens and protect Japanese culture and tradition from foreign influence. While I don't completely disagree, I feel that we need to embrace diversity, not push it away. Instead, Japan needs to join hands with foreign countries for a brighter future. We rely so much on important goods and commodities, and we will also need manpower to address Japan's labor shortage. But those are larger issues that the government needs to address. Today, I'm going to speak about how to develop cultural diversity, beginning right here on our campus. First, more culture-related classes should be offered at Rissho University. Although we have teachers who teach us languages, we need more opportunities to learn the culture behind the language. Understanding tradition and culture is important to see other countries from many perspectives. Focusing only on language does not promote globalization and understanding. Therefore, class content should place equal emphasis on learning the culture of the language being studied. Therefore, in addition, guest lecturers should be invited to share information and experiences regarding their home countries. These measures could motivate students to study more on their own, which is an important part of learning a new language. My vision for culture-related classes includes not only lectures and discussion, but also going outside the campus to experience culture directly. For example, embassies and cultural festivals offer great opportunities. The Embassy of Canada in Tokyo is open for tours, which is a wonderful chance to see historical architecture. And the annual Philippine Festival is held in Yoyogi Park, Tokyo, where you can enjoy delicious Filipino cuisine, watch traditional dance performances, and experience even more aspects of Filipino culture. Gaining practical experience is also important. This past summer vacation, I participated in Tourism Frontier program, which involved visiting the Tokyo Metropolitan Government offices and interacting with tourists. I found that talking about my country in English was more difficult than I thought, which motivated me to improve my English skills. Let's return to our campus. I would like to consider our university cafeteria. I once tried Filipino cuisine at my friend's birthday party. I saw purple rice on the table, and I thought, wait, purple rice? It was completely foreign to me. I hesitated, but when I put it in my mouth, it had wonderful sweet flavor. My friend's mother told me that it was a dish called ubebiko, made with purple yam, rice, coconut milk, and sugar. It was so different from Japanese food, and it was a wonderful experience to feel the culture through food. Therefore, I propose that an international food menu be offered at university cafeteria. Becoming familiar with various food is a good first step towards stimulating interest in the different cultures. An international lunch once a week could spread cultural awareness, increase cafeteria use, and become a fun topic among students. Third, the university and students should work together to seek opportunities to interact with foreign visitors in Japan. Although Japan has many foreign visitors, students rarely have chances to interact with them. If campus events inviting foreign visitors can be organized during vacation periods, students could create unforgettable memories and understand the importance of international friendship. I'm sure some foreign visitors would also welcome the opportunities to get to know Japanese people on a personal level. We could also use these opportunities for language exchange. Most Japanese try to communicate with those people in English, but teaching Japanese to an easy-to-understand way will also be an enriching experience for us. We can get practical English practice while showing the beauty of the Japanese language. In this way, we are preserving Japanese culture and embracing diversity at the same time. In conclusion, I encourage all of us to explore various ways, internally and externally, to expand cultural diversity at Rissho University. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Our seventh presenter is Nene Tasaki from the Faculty of Psychology.
From lost to confident. Everyday support for international visitors and residents. Have you ever been lost in unfamiliar place? How would you feel if no one came to help? Imagine arriving in a foreign city for the first time. Even buying a train ticket can feel stressful. The machines are complicated, announcements are fast, and you might not have local currency. You might feel confused or embarrassed. When I moved to Tokyo, I noticed more international visitors and workers around me. On several occasions, people asked me for help buying tickets or directions. These experiences made me think, if I were in their position, how disorienting would daily life in a foreign country be? Today, I would like to talk about the challenges international workers and visitors face while living in Japan, the psychological impact of these challenges, and the concrete ways we can support them to live more comfortably in their daily lives. Let's start with the first point, the challenges. Living in a foreign country can be challenging. Language barriers alone can make simple tasks stressful. Japanese is known to be one of the hardest languages for people to study as a foreign language. On top of that, strict culture and social rules, like when ordering food, separating garbage, or understanding local customs, can cause confusion. Even small mistakes can lead to embarrassment or anxiety. As of mid-2025, there are about 4 million foreign residents in Japan. Many of them live in cities like Tokyo, where jobs and services are concentrated. Urban life moves fast and is efficient, but it can be overwhelming for newcomers. Even tasks that seem simple at first, such as paying taxes, registering in a school, and understanding workplace rules, can be difficult, even for Japanese people. So how could someone new to Japan manage this all at once? Now, the second point, the psychological impact. These challenges can make people pause before taking action. When faced with unfamiliar rules, they carefully check each step because they fear making mistakes. In new situations, our mind naturally asks, is this safe? Am I doing it correctly? This constant mental checking uses extra energy, making ordinary action feel tiring. Even when people rely on familiar ways of thinking, those strategies don't work well in new situations, which can increase hesitation. For example, imagine trying to order at a cafe. You're hesitating when the line behind you grows longer, but you've just gotten more confused because the server used a difficult, polite expression. At a moment like this, you might pause, second-guess yourself, or even avoid trying. It's not just about the language. Social expectations create a quiet pressure. Over time, this stress can make newcomers hesitant to go out or try new things, slowing their adaptation to life in Japan. Finally, let us look at the support and solutions we can offer. Many simple actions can make a big difference, and we don't need to be expert. There are things we can do every day. First, we should try to create an "it's okay to make mistakes" atmosphere. In Japan, people often feel quickly judged for small mistakes, but if we can show them even little that, it's okay, you can try, newcomers will feel that it's safe to act. How can we do this? Well, for example, we can smile and say, "No problem, this way might be easier," when we see someone hesitating. Second, we should be more aware of small cultural differences. Just being aware that simple actions like answering the phone or ordering someone or greeting someone, can be hard for someone new makes a big difference. Try to imagine yourself in their shoes. What seems obvious to you may be confusing to them. These awareness help reduce stress and build confidence. These small daily actions have a big impact. Hesitation can turn into confidence, into understanding. Supporting international visitors and residents is not just about helping them manage their daily life. It is about creating small moments where they feel safe asking questions, getting guidance, and gaining confidence in everyday situations. From lost to confident is not just something we say. It is a goal we can reach one step at a time in our daily lives. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Our eighth presenter is Jotaro Gushi from the Faculty of Law.
How to turn a perfect score of 100 into 200. Hello? Please reply if you can. Hello? Oh, thank you. Please remember this as it will be important later. Now, relating my theme. How to make our university a better place. So, how exactly can we improve it? The answer arrived at was so surprisingly simple. A word starting with C and ending with M. Communication. Reaching this conclusion was so difficult because this university already has the things for perfect university. First, I simply imagined a university of recruitment. A cafeteria, vending machines, and barrier-free facilities. Well, as you know, this university already has the things for all of that. So, frankly, it's the best, isn't it? Yes. So, next, I imagined a university that I want to go. That means the positive environment I mentioned earlier. But if prospective students don't recognize the university's appeal, it's meaningless. So, I concluded that was so clear. Easy to navigate website is essential. However, from my own experience as an applicant, I understand this university's website is cool and intuitive, such as even featuring search suggestions and AI-generated summaries. So I thought, I can learn about how to better because this university already perfect. Sorry. So what I want to say here is Rissho University is the best university. So I changed my approach. What is good stuff? A good notebook feels good to write in. Good coffee smells good. But as you know, good score doesn't need to smell good. So I narrowed it down further. What is place good? Good clothing store has a staff who offer expert advice. Good convenience store has a great chef-free and offer efficient checkout. So, do you realize it? I did! Whatever it's a clothing store in Shibuya or the campus store, if the staff are kind, you feel like you want to revisit. So this truth was so surprising and look at me. And during summer break, I read a book named How to Win Friends and Influence People. it taught me, welcome and honor your enemy, and sending them away as friends. So, this combining this knowledge and with this challenge, I saw a way to add a new 100 points in this university. Like namely, becoming friends with future juniors and their parents who come to this university's open campus events. That's why we combine 100 points for this university environment with the additional 100 points that can be measured by them alone. Totally 200 points. So, how exactly can we make friends? A method anyone can do and easily gaining trust is greeting others. Personally, greetings others for open campus events participants and club-wide start a greetings campaign. So let's imagine this. Stepping up in the station. In the morning feels gloomy. However, you hear the sound greetings. Ohayou gozaimasu! Ohayou gozaimasu! Oh, how much encouragement would that give you? I think so much. So the conclusion of imagination is this. What kind of university is this Rissho University? And once they start looking, they're hooked. A cool website, affordable cafeterias, vending machines, and very facilities. Boom! In that instant, he places his trust in this university. If he's a junior, he'll consider Rissho University as his next step. So, Rissho University students, if you want a new friends, greetings people. Clubs, if you want a new member, start a greetings campaign. And public relation folks, if you want the general excitement, greetings people. Then naturally, interested will turn toward Rissho University. The goal will be achieved. And to this already perfect 100-point environment, we are adding 100 points by increasing the number of juniors and make it perfect 200 points. This speech is no expectation. No matter how well I speak, if I'm just another speaker, you won't remember me. But because you responded my greetings, you are now my friends. Many of you here meeting me for the first time. So, if this speech spurs you interested in me, and if I win you over, it will be proof that I'm on the right path. Thank you for listening, my friends.
Thank you. This concludes the speeches in the university division. We will now move on to the high school division. Last, but certainly not least, our ninth presenter is Hizuki Komiya from Rissho Senior High School.
What kind of person gives a good impression to others? All of us have relationships with each other. It's impossible for us to live without connecting with others. I believe first impression, especially our facial expressions and gestures, are really important when we build good relationships with those around us. The psychologist Albert Mehrabian believed that when we assess the other person in a first conversation situation, 55% of our first impression is visual. Then 38% is hearing. And then 7% is language information. I think this theory is exactly correct because my first impression of my homeroom teacher was that he looked smart because of his good posture and the way he spoke clearly. Our first impression based on visual information affects relationships. However, even though visual information does affect relationships, it is only used to understand the other person's character and doesn't have the power to improve relationships. I have come up with a new idea. It is that conversation plays an important role in giving a good impression and building good relationships. When we interact with others, we always use words. Since conversation is essential for our relationships, I have reached this conclusion. Then, what do we need to do to make someone comfortable in the first conversation? The author and businessman Shigehisa Nagamatsu stated, "All people always want to be happy. We all favor people and things that make us comfortable. On the other hand, we all hate people and things that make us uncomfortable." After I read this in his book, "Your life is 90% determined by the way you speak," I came to think that in order to give others good impression, we need to make conversation enjoyable. When I talk with my friends, I try to find cheerful and fun topics so that both of us can relax. In the first meeting, it is natural to feel nervous, but if we try to listen to the other persons carefully and with interest, the conversation will go smoothly. At school, when I talk with classmates or teachers, I sometimes feel shy or run out of words. But I have learned that even a small smile or a short friendly comment can make a big difference. That's why I believe conversation, more than appearance, has the power to connect people and make everyone feel comfortable. Our relationships are built and contextualized through our connections with others. Every day, we discover something new about ourselves or others through communication. In fact, the homeroom teacher I introduced earlier not only looked intelligent, but also a little intimidating at first. However, once I actually talked with him, I discovered that he was kind and even quite funny. By trying to build good relationships through communication, we not only connect with others, but also grow as individuals. When we choose to engage with others, we open the door to new ideas and possibilities that help us grow. Communication is a small but a meaningful step towards deeper self-understanding. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. We will now begin the award ceremony. Center Director Unser Schutz will give a brief comment about the speeches.
Thank you all so much for your speeches. It's been a long time since I came to Japan for the first time, and a lot of the things in my own life are kind of more normal, and I take for granted what the small gestures and the small things I do in my everyday life are. And today, listening to your speeches, I thought of many different things that I could do in my own life to make my life better, but also everybody else's. So I really appreciate all of the different perspectives that you gave to us today. It took a lot of bravery, I think, to come up to the stage in this way. So I really appreciate how much effort and time you put into your speeches. Thank you so much. I suspect some of you may feel a little regret, maybe I could have done this better, I could have done that better. But I really would encourage you to not think like that. Just coming up today in this way is a massive undertaking, and you should be proud of everything that you've done. So congratulations to you all, and I hope to see many of you on campus and other capacities, and please come to the center and also study abroad, have fun, and enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much.
Okay, first, awards will be presented in the high school division. Matthew Dean Ombi will now make the awards presentation to Rissho Senior High School presenter, Hizuki Komiya.
Rissho University Certification of Commendation. Recognition of excellence. This certificate is awarded to Hizuki Komiya in recognition of final round participation and excellence in the 6th Rissho Voices speech contest held on December 6, 2025. Ms. Komiya's speech, I thought there were some very good points about this particular speech. One was the fact that she started her title with a question. Using a question, getting people to think about the topic, is a good technique to start with. Second, another good thing was in the speech itself, it provided good references to the topic that she was trying to talk about. And by providing not only her own experiences, but from books or other episodes, provides not only objective, but subjective evidence in a good, solid package. If there was one thing that I would suggest to improve with this particular speech, I felt that the main thrust of the speech was that relationship is more important than first impression. I felt, listening to the speech, that a large half of the speech was just talking about first impression. And instead, start with people. Most of us think first impression is important. But what about person-to-person relationship? Isn't that more important? And then go through there and end it with the way you did in your speech. And I think it would even be much better. So always think about the end in mind and how you structure that speech. Thank you very much, and I look forward to the next speech.
Thank you. Now we will continue with the awards for the University Division. First, the Nichirenshu Inochi ni Gasho Special Award will be presented. Reverend Keiji Oshima will now announce the special prize winner and give the awards presentation.
Nichirenshu Inochi ni Gasho Special Award winner is Yoshinori Kunito. Rissho University Certificate of Commendation, Nichirenshu Inochi ni Gasho Special Award. This certificate is awarded to Yoshinori Kunito in recognition of final round participation and excellence in the 6th Rissho Voices speech contest held on December 6, 2025. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Please allow me to give the comment in Japanese. 国藤さんのスピーチが日蓮宗のこの命に合唱という布教方針、日蓮宗の理念を伝えるためのものに一番合致していると思い、この賞に選ばせていただきました。命に合唱という言葉は、すべての命に敬いの心を持って接しましょうといったことが端的なイメージだと思います。昨年、こちらのスピーチコンテストで同じように賞をお渡しをさせていただきました後、1年間にわたりまして、この命に合唱という言葉をどうやって英語にしようかということを取り組んでまいりました。ここで、2つの異なった概念を作り出しまして、1つは with you for all、あなたと共にみんなのために、そしてもう1つは be a son, be a lotus、人なれ、ハスとなれという2つの言葉を今日蓮宗の国際布教では使っております。この2つ目の be a son, be a lotus というのは、日蓮宗、そしてこの立正大学の前身であります日蓮宗大学の時に、その創始者である日蓮上人のお名前から取っています。火というのは闇を照らす存在である。この暗い世の中を照らして苦しみを除く存在でありたい。そしてそれと同時に蓮のように清らかな存在でなければいけないというのがこの日蓮宗、そして立正大学の元になった日蓮宗大学の日蓮という言葉の意味になります。今回皆さんからたくさんのスピーチをいただいて、どれもこの世の中を良くしたい、人々を変えてあげたいといった思いを感じましたが、国藤さんのスピーチが一番自分自身がこれを変えるんだ、その一番最初の先駆者になるんだという強い思いを感じましたので、今回この日蓮宗命に合唱特別賞に選ばせていただきました。小さなことからでもどんどんと前に進んで、ぜひ続けていっていただきたいと思います。おめでとうございます。
Thank you. Next, we will announce the Encouragement Awards. 5 winners will receive certificates and additional prizes. Giancarla Unser-Schutz will now give the awards presentation.
I'm not quite so tall. So again, congratulations to everyone. You gave really impressive and memorable speeches. I've learned a lot of things I hadn't known of before, and I think that we have all gotten a lot of food for thought, as we say. I know that perhaps you wanted to get a different award, but I would encourage you to not think of them that way. I know that talking to the other judges, that it took quite a lot of effort and dilemma to kind of come together with everything. So I think that you should be proud of everything you've done today, and I hope that you continue to work hard on your English and that we have many more opportunities to speak. So I'd like to start today now, okay, with our first one now. Okay. Take this out. Okay. So the first award here is for Masato Takahashi. Please come forward. Thank you. I will now read it. Rissho University Certificate of Commendation. This certificate is awarded to Masato Takahashi, the recognition of final round participation and excellence in the 6th Rissho Voices speech contest, held on December 6, 2025. President, Rissho University, Ikinobu Kitamura, Director, Center for International Exchange, Giancarlo Unser-Schutz. Congratulations, and thank you very much. Good luck, please. Next one, this is in order of presenting only. Okay. Next is the Rissho University Certificate of Commendation. Next we have another one for Yoshinori Kunido. Please, come on. Okay, this is where I say ikadobun, which we don't usually say in English. So, congratulations. And thank you again. Thank you. Okay, our next certificate of commendation is for Akane Tanabe. Please come up. Congratulations, and again, ikadobun, very convenient expression, doesn't exist in English. And our next certificate of commendation is for Haruto Nishiyama. Thank you. There you go. Congratulations. Ikadobun. Thank you. Congratulations. Final certificate of commendation is for you, Umezawa. Go. Thank you very much. Here you go. Congratulations. Ikadobun.
Thank you. We will now move on to announce the third to first place winners. First, Sachiko Nakagome will now announce the third place winner and give the awards presentation.
Before I announce the winner, the third place winner, I just want to say everyone did such a great job. It was so difficult. It really was difficult for the judges to decide. So I just want to give you a round of applause for everybody who tried so hard. Okay, this is exciting, everyone. The third place winner is Mahiro Furukawa. Congratulations. Congratulations. The Rissho University Certificate of Commendation, third place. This certificate is awarded to Mahiro Furukawa in recognition of final round participation and excellence in the 6th Rissho Voices speech contest held on December 6, 2025. President of Rissho University and the Director of Center for International Exchange. Congratulations. I have so many good things to say about Mahiro's speech. First of all, the vocal delivery was very, very good. Very loud, powerful, clear, very easy to understand. The gestures were great. It wasn't too much, it wasn't too little. And the gestures are very natural. At these speech contests, sometimes we see gestures that are not, it's too much and it's not natural. But Mahiro's was very, very natural. So that was really great. Also, the structure of the speech was very easy to follow, is clear. I had read your speech beforehand, everybody's speech beforehand, but even if I had heard it for the first time, it would have been very, very clear. If I were to make it even better, I would say two things. So I have never been to your hometown, Omaegasaki, was it? Yeah. I've never heard of it, so maybe if you had told me something that left an impression, something unique, that would have been great. In the judges' room, Professor Schutz was telling us there's wasabi ice cream in your hometown. Yeah, if you had mentioned that, I would have remembered that. Oh, I definitely want to go. So if you had told me something about that, think about what the audience knows or doesn't know about your hometown. And another thing, this also came up in the judges' room, a little bit more detail. You talked about your grandmother giving kimono classes. I would love to know more about that. How did the foreign residents react? What comments did they give? what kind of impact did that have on on the foreign residents in your hometown? A little bit more vivid expression would make this even better. So for next time, I would keep that in mind. But overall, it was amazing. It was a breath of fresh air. I really was encouraged and inspired by your speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, Shigeru.
Thank you for this wonderful place. I want to express my gratitude to dental teacher because he teach me all of this speech contest. And I talked about how to support international visitors and residents in my hometown, Omaezaki City. I hope it became a chance for you to think about it. And this speech contest was a big challenge for me, and it became confident for me. I'll keep study hard English. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now next, Shigeru Kobayashi will now announce the second place winner and give the awards presentation.
Second place winner is Jotaro Gush. The Rissho University Certificate of Commendation, second place. In recognition of final round participation and excellence in the 6th Rissho Voices speech contest held on December 6, 2025. Congratulations.
Thank you.
センター長の方からは、学生さんに分かりやすい、ちゃんと伝わる言葉でやってくださいと言われましたので、私は日本語で選ばせていただきます。彼、堂々としてましたよね、皆さん。スピーチコンテストは、名前が呼ばれた瞬間、立ったところからもう聴衆は皆さん見ています。彼が一番堂々として、時間をかけてゆっくり、ここに上がってきました。で聴衆を見て、自分自身で落ち着かせてそこからスタートしたと。その言葉を発する前からもう彼は何て言いますかね、我々スピーチを学んでいる人間以上にできているっていう、もう出来上がってるなというふうに思いました。で一番私素晴らしいなと思ったのはやはりそれだけでなくて、いろんな所作もありました。ノートも見ながらもやっていたんですけれども、スピーチの邪魔にならないようにこういうふうになんかするんではなくて、片手で置きながらスピーチを前進させて最後までコンプリートさせたっていうのが素晴らしいと思います。で間もですね、非常にうまいこと作っていました。そしてリズムですよね。スピーチを何て言いますかね、お話ししながら、で最後の方ポーンとゆっくりになりましたよね。トーンも変わりましたよね。そういうテクニック、スピーチデリバリーコンテストだったら絶対優勝してましたね。で一つこれスピーチコンテストですのでね、パフォーマンスとかデリバリーだけじゃなくて中身もあるんですね。で中身って言いますのは、アイディアとかメッセージとか、自分がこうやって自分がこう学んだってこれをシェアするとかっていう、そういうメッセージ性のところでもうちょっとあったらいいかなと。で特にですね、パブリックスピーキングっていうのは聞いてる方は初めて聞く内容なので、頭から終わりまで、例えば 魚を食べますっていう時にいろんな小骨を取りながら聴衆が食べるようでは聴衆は途中で嫌になっちゃいます。なのでししゃもを食べさせるように頭から終わりまで一口でバクって理解できるようなスピーチを作られるとさらに世界に羽ばたけるようになると思います。ぜひ、来年機会があればまたチャレンジしてください。おめでとうございます。
いやー、とても緊張しました。もう本当に緊張しました。この中で緊張したように見えたって人いますか？いない。ありがとうございます。というわけでですね、まず感謝を申し上げたいと思います。公平なるこの大変難しいこと言いましたけど、ジャッジありがとうございました。そして練習に付き合ってくれた人もいます。ありがとうございました。そして来てくれたこと本当に感謝申し上げます。そして実はこのスピーチ、私3年間ぐらい研究してやっとここまで来ましたので、この3年間の成果を出させてくれたこの企画を出してくれた企画運営の方にも感謝申し上げます。以上です。
Thank you. Now, Yuka Matsuzawa will announce the first place winner and give the awards presentation.
Are you excited? You can't wait. Huh? So, let me introduce the first place winner. Please come here, Nene Tasaki. Congratulations, Rissho University Certificate of Commendation, first place. This certificate is awarded to Nene Tasaki in recognition of final round participation and excellence in the 6th Rissho Voices speech contest held on December 6, 2025. President, Rissho University, and Director, Center for International Exchange. 1位にコメントをさせていただくなんて私自身が緊張しておりますが、素晴らしいスピーチでした。話す言葉も英語で分かりやすく、ジェスチャーも本当にそのスピーチをサポートする適切なジェスチャーだと思います。ただ彼女がこの強豪の中で勝ち抜いた理由、それは日本に来た外国人の方へのまず共感からこのスピーチが始まっていた。それはもしあなたが知らない場所で道に迷ったらどうしますかという問いから始まりました。何かをオーダーするだけでもコミュニケーションの仕方がわからない、そんな不安って誰でも頭に思い浮かぶことではありませんか。そこから彼女は日本に来てくださっている外国の方との共生をどうしたらいいかというアイデアを提案してくださいました。ただこうしたらいい、こうすることが正しいんだっていうスピーチだと心を打つことはないかもしれません。でもあなたがこの立場だったらどんな気持ちになるというところから始めたからこそ、彼女のスピーチは 聴衆の心を打ち、またジャッジの心をつかんで今回の結果を勝ち取ったんだと思います。さて、そんな彼女のスピーチですが、不安な人に大丈夫だよ、失敗してもいいんだよと伝えることが大事なことだと言っていましたら、じゃあ具体的に何ができるんだろう、それをもう少し話してもらったらなと思います。ただそれってまだ若い彼女がこれから答えをつかんでいく、そういうことではありませんか。これからもこの素敵なお嬢さん、そして今回勇気を出してこのステージに立たれた皆さんを応援していきたいではありませんか。本当におめでとうございます。Congratulations。
すごくびっくりしています。本日はこのような賞をいただくことができて大変光栄です。ありがとうございます。改めて本日審査してくださった先生方、そしてお聞きくださった観客の皆様、ありがとうございました。私がこのスピーチで話した自分の小さな勇気や支援が誰かの安心や自信につながるということは、私が常日頃大切にしていることです。私のスピーチのタイトルにもあった From Loss to Confident は戸惑いから自信へという意味です。今日来てくださった皆様がその戸惑いから自信へを実現できることを心から願っております。本日は本当にありがとうございました。
Thank you. Finally, our intrepid leader, Center Director Unser Schutz, will now make some closing comments.
Okay, I do have something very short to prepare. So first and foremost, again, on behalf of the center, I really would like to offer my thanks to both our students who attended and those of us joining us in the audience today. This is a Saturday. I'm sure most of you have jobs or school or other things that take a lot of your time up. So making the choice to come here and watch our speech contest, I know means not doing other things that you might have wanted to do. So I really appreciate your making the time for us in this way and coming out to support our students. So thank you all. And thank you all as well, again. I'd also like to express my gratitude to all of the professors and university staff who have been working in the background to support our students. Of course, the students are wonderful on their own, but I should say that most of them have received some level of coaching in the background, which is normal because they're students. And everybody needs coaching at some point. So that's totally normal and totally a natural and good thing. But you can't see that, obviously, so I really would like to make sure that the people who did that, I can see some of you over there in the background, know that we really appreciate how much time you took out of your schedules to do that for our students. I'm sure they would have been great without the coaching, but they're even better because of it, so really thank you guys. And of course, the staff had to make time out of their schedules out doing other work to do this, so I would really say thank you to our kachos and our other university staff who came today. Thank you guys. I'm certain that today's speeches gave you a lot to think about. I know it did to me personally. These are all things that we experience in our lives. Maybe one day you'll go someplace and be the foreigner, or maybe there will be somebody who's not Japanese around you, or maybe there's just people who are Japanese who are a little different from you, which is also not at all surprising and totally normal. Today we focus a lot of our speeches focus more on things that had to do with like international relationships, but that's just because it's English. If you think about your everyday life, there might be people who are members of the LGBT community, who have international heritage, who are minorities within Japan, who come from areas of Japan that are not very well represented in our classes, anytime, anywhere. So thank you guys so much, and thank you again to our judges and our staff and everybody else. Thank you.
をもちまして第6回英語スピーチコンテストRissho Voicesを終了いたします。最後までご観覧いただきました皆様ありがとうございました。来年も実施予定ですのでぜひまたご参加いただければ嬉しく思います。最後になりますがプログラムと一緒にアンケートをお渡ししております。次年度の参考とさせていただきますのでご協力をお願いいたします。本日は長時間にわたりご観覧いただきありがとうございました。出場者審査員の皆様はこの後写真撮影に移りますのでそのままお待ちください。